through the methods. Have you guys have gone through it? All these contents available in this page. Bala?
Yes, sir.
So how many types of parameters are there for methods? Parameters means I think you know it, I think, right? It's a brackets. Whatever there in the brackets is the parameters. So how many types of parameters we can give?
Three types.
Tell me, what are those?
Sir, one is uh, uh, column like that.
Hmm?
One is uh, it is like bracket something it will come, sir.
Soham?
Method with a return type, sir, and method with the parameters.
No. I know there within parameters itself. There are three different approaches of parameters are there. There are three different approaches of parameters. Like we can declare a parameters in three different ways. So have you gone through this documentation or not?
I cannot recall it. It's,
See, if I'm giving you especially any topic, the topic you need to complete entire this theory you have to complete, I said. So if you come to the last, you can see passing parameters to a method. Okay? A method with parameters is called, you need to pass the parameters to a method. There are three ways that parameters can be passed to a method. See, this is the one approach. This is how we can pass the parameters to a method. Okay, see, this is main method to the main method. We are calling like this. Okay, so here there is no methods. So here there is a two methods, but this category comes under value parameters. This is so far we have seen value parameters. Okay, what it does actually, this method copies the actual values of an argument into the formal parameters of the function. In this case, changes made to the parameter inside the function have no effect on the argument. So that means suppose we have a add two arguments, right? So if I change this value, so inside, if we change this value inside, here we are calling this method, double click it, right click, find all references. So this method is called here. This method is called in the line number 57. So in the here 57 we are passing whatever the values. We are passing A as A, B as a 10.567. So that means this is calling here. But here inside this method I am changing this value. I am changing the value of value 1. If I change the value of value 1 to 100, then will it update value in this method also? It will get updated automatically or not?
No, it is a different method, right?
Yeah, it is a different method. But we are passing the, suppose for example, I am passing here value as a 10.
Okay.
Okay. For example, we will do one more thing. If x equal to 10, double y equal to 20.5. And I am passing the values x and I am passing the values y. Okay. So I have initially 10 and I value is 20.5 and I am passing the arguments, that means 10 comma 20.5 I am passing here. So it will come to this method will be called, and here inside I am changing this value 1 100. First argument I am changing the value, and second argument I am not changing the value. Now this value will get updated 100 even though you passed as a 10. But here after calling this method, what will be the x value?
100.
What about others? Asian? Okay. So I think you have practiced a little bit earlier as well. You can't even guess it. Nobody is responding.
Sure.
Can anyone answer? Yeah.
80.
Question have you understood?
80, sir.
See, maybe 10 or it may be 100. There is only two chances are there because I am asking the x value. See, the x value I am passing as a 10 and here 10 will be there and I am passing it. This value 1 will become a 10 and then I am changing the value to 100. Okay. So I am changing the value to 100 and it will add and it will return the value. But whether this value will be changed or not, whether this value will be 10 or 100 is my question.
Maybe 100, sir. It will get changed to 100.
That means
Yes, sir. The static double is there, sir. It will be.
because start debugging. Others are there. What are those others? Okay, let me. There is no relevant to this variable. This value should be value here. Okay, so now let me start debugging it. Oh, again one more error. Unexpected character. Okay, actually my desktop, my laptop is working. The keyboard is not working properly. I have another laptop, good laptop, but there I couldn't able to. Okay, so I want to go inside this method. So I'm clicking F11 and F10, F10, F10. So what is the value of X now? N. Value of Y 20.5, and I'm going inside. So so now my value is value 1 is a 10, value 2 is a 20.5, and if we go inside, then value has become 100. Okay, value 1 has become 100, value 2 has become 20.5, so totally 120.5. So we are concentrating on what is the value of value 1. So F10, so it has completed this method execution, and it will come back to here. Okay, it has come back here. What is the value of X now?
10.
10. What is the value of Y? 25. So this value, even though we have modified this value has not come to this method. Here we are calling the method. Okay, so that is called as a value parameter. This method copies the actual value of an argument into the formal parameters of the function. Okay, in this case, the changes made to the parameter inside the function have no effect on the argument. Got it or not? So this one you have to remember this. So what is the value parameter? The changes made to the parameter inside the function have no effect on the argument. That means even though we change it inside the method, has no effect on the argument in the outside. This is called a parameter, value parameter. Then what is a reference parameter? So reference parameter, I will keep here REF, ref. So here also wherever you are passing it, there also you have to put the ref. Okay, so wherever you are defining the method, I am putting a ref. Wherever you are calling that method, you are putting a ref. Now let me debug it. Okay, so I want to go inside this method, so that's why I am clicking F11 and then F11, and then I am going to F10, F10, F10. So what is the value of X now? N. 5 is a 20.5, and I am going inside, so F11. So it came here. What is the value 1 now? 10. Now what is the value 1 now? 100, and I am executing the next line also, and control is coming to the where it is calling. So now what is the value of x? 100. So whatever we modified here, that value is coming as an output here. So if you use a reference keyword, then when you change your value of the parameter, that value will be affected. That value will be affected in the place where you are calling. Okay, got everyone has understood? Guys are there or not? Or I can't hear. Can you all hear me? I think I lost the audio. What is this happening here? Hello? Everyone has understood it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I don't know here what's happening. Suddenly, let me put my headset. Otherwise, sometimes it's getting disconnected. Audio. Can you all hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks for update. Yeah. So that is a reference keyword. Okay. So if you go to the documentation once again, reference parameter. So this method copies the reference to the memory location of the argument into formal parameter. This means that changes made to the parameter affect the argument. So if you want to practice the examples, you click on this reference and passing parameters by reference, and you can see the syntax. So how you will put the ref keyword. Okay. So how will you put the ref keyword and the data type and the variable. Okay, so here you can see that I give an example also. You can also practice it. So when to use reference parameter? Modify the original value. When you want to modify the original value, then we use the reference parameters. Okay, so passing as a large object. So you just go through it, okay? You just go through the theory and come back, and I can explain you if you have any doubts. And what is a output parameters? So far we have seen value parameters and reference parameters. So now we will see what is a output parameter. Okay. So this method helps in returning more than one value. This method helps in returning more than one value. Okay. So this reference parameter is used to do the changes to the parameter that affect the argument. But here this method helps in returning more than one value. Let me see it. A return statement can be used for returning only one value. So that means return statements means, I think hopefully everyone will know. This is the return statement, right? So if you want to return, if you want to get output from a method, then we use a return type. This is the usual practice of we are doing. See here you can only return only one. Okay, you can have only one return type. But if you want a multiple return here, suppose you want to return 2-3 values from this method. See, don't think that this method you need 2-3 values as an output. But there is a scenario you will have a more you want to return more values, but we have option to return only one. So how do you return remaining values? Okay, so in those scenarios you will be used out parameter. So out parameter also you will use similar to the ref. So this is a method name. Inside the method name, earlier we used a ref keyword. Now we use a out keyword. Okay, we use a out keyword. So if you see the example also same thing. So here there is no return type, but instead of return type we are passing as an argument out int x. So x value is getting assigning the value inside the method. That means if I value is assigned to x, and at x value wherever you are calling this get method, get value, here it will be called. I think where I can't see where this method is called. Yeah, here get value. Here it is out a. So this value is used to print here. Instead of getting as a return type, we are getting as an output. So how to do that? So here we use earlier ref, right? Now I will use another argument out final value. Final value. Okay. So here why it is giving error. Final value. Okay. So this final value, before it is completing this method, we have to assign some value to this method. Before going back, it has to assign some value. So I will assign 101. Okay. This method I am updating the value. Let us see what is that error. Okay, and here you have to one more int final val semicolon. Here we have to put out final val. Okay, so it is giving some. Here we have to put int data type. We have to put, right? Yeah. Now everything, all issues got solved. So same thing. We have to put a data type and a variable name. But before this, we have to put out. So this method will have two outputs out of this method. What is the first output? Is a return type double, and another is a final val. So let me debug it. Start debugging it, and it's coming here. I want to go inside this method, so that's why I will click F11 and F10, F10, F10. But after coming here, I have to click F11. So what is the value 1 now? 10, 20.5, 0. So final value actually I have not assigned it, but by default it is assigned 0. Now I am changing the final value to 101. F already you know we are updating. Next line if it executes, this will become 100 and F10, F10. Now we will see what is the value of x. X value is 100, final value is 101. So earlier it is 0. Now it has become 101. Like that you can give multiple out parameters. So then you don't need to worry about I have 2-3 values to return out of this method, but I don't have the scope here what to do. So you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so you can say you can use out parameter and you can get the output value. Yeah. Okay. Can you all unmute and tell me if you have any doubts?
Uh, in this, you just said, right? It returns two values.
Yeah.
So, how it will be two values? I just
No,
want to understand.
no, one is this value and another is this value is 1. One is a return type I am returning one value, and out parameter I am returning one more value. But if you want a more than 2, out int some ASDF. Like this you can add any number of values. So when you want to return any, if you want to return 4 or 5 values also out of this method, you can add like this.
So it means if the data type is different, then we can use this out keyword to get the return value.
No, it is not related to different data type. If you
Okay.
want more than one output, from a method, then you use this. Then you use the out parameter. More than one output from a method. If you want more than one output from a method, you use out. If you want only one output, either you can use a return type, or else you can use only one out parameter. Doubts are there? Any doubts, or you are not clarified?
I'm not clarified this actually. Just understanding.
Sorry, can you execute it and show set how values?
Simple here. Suppose so here, so I'm not returning here. Okay. So instead, I'm taking one more out parameter here. Out double final addition value. So that value I'm making equal to here. So this value is program. Have you understood? Simply.
Yes.
Okay. So two outputs I'm trying to get out of this method. One is a final value, and another is another final additional value. I'm trying to get out of this method. Two values I want to get out of this method. So I'm using like this. Okay. So here also I have to here 4 arguments are there, and I have to give here also 4 arguments. double. So I will use the same value instead of a different value. So here I have to give out same value. Okay, but here there is no return type, right? I need to take out the return type. See, now here also 4 arguments are there, and here also 4 arguments are there. But this is a reference parameter, this is a value parameter, these two are the output parameters. Okay, so this is an input to a this is a value parameter is nothing but an input to a method, and output parameters are the output from the method, and reference is a input to a method and output from a method. Are you getting it? So value parameter means input to a method. Reference parameters means input to a method and output from a method. So similarly, out parameter means output from a method. That's it. So if you can remember these 3 things, that's it. Okay, I don't think WhatsApp web is there here. Need to get one more. Okay, so now let me debug it. I will put a breakpoint here. I will directly click start debugging. Oh, errors are there. Value doesn't exist in the current subtract. This value doesn't exist. Okay, I will return just a 0. Okay, debug, start debugging. Now I am in the main method. The line 32 is executing. I will click. Now I am in the subtract method. So what is the value of x now? N by 20.5. Final value 0. Final additional value 0. So these 2 values are 0. These are the n comma 20.5. And I am going inside this method F11 and see here all these values are there 10, 20.5, 0, 0. Now I am changing the values. Now what are the values? Value 1 has become 100. Earlier it was 10. Value 2 has become 20.5. This has become 101. Earlier it is a 0. Final additional value. What is the earlier value? 0. Now it is 120.5. So if you go to next one, see the all those values are carrying forward here. X getting 100. Final value is getting a 101. Final additional value is getting modified as a 120.5. Have you understood now?
Yes, yes, sir.
So like that, see, this is a small method actually. So you are thinking that why we need that many outputs. But you think like when you are working in a real-time projects, then this will be handy. So you can add any number of out parameters. It is how our NX open also is. NX open also is used like this only. Okay, so once we go to NX open, it will become easy. Okay, so I recommend, today is anyway Sunday, you just practice this. And no, at least if you're not practicing, you just study this. You go through it and read it. What is the, I told you very clearly, what is the difference between see, value parameter means we are giving input to a method. Reference parameter means input to a method and output from a method. So out parameter means output from a method. So what will happen in case of a value parameter? This is the value parameter, right? Value parameter, what happens is the memory, suppose value 2, right? Here we are calling this method add method. Here we are calling this method, right? This is y is a value parameter. Y is a value parameter because I did not put ref or out keyword. So this is a value parameter. So value parameter actually what it does inside the memory is, suppose initially when y equal to 20.5, 20.5 will be assigned to the y. That means it will be stored wherever memory is allocated for the y. As soon as when you say double y, some memory will be allocated to the y. Some memory will be allocated to y, right? As soon as you say equal to 20.5, this 20.5 will be stored in the location where that memory is assigned. So when you say value parameter, what will happen? When it comes to here, again the memory will be assigned again. Okay, already at the time of y some memory is allocated, but when you declare as a value parameter, what will happen? While execution, it will allocate one more memory for this value 2. One more memory will be assigned to the value 2. After assigning, that value get updated. Suppose in case if we change the value, in case if we change the value 2 equal to some other value, it will update the value in a different memory location. So when you come back to here, whatever the memory allocated inside the method, that memory will be freed. Within this method itself, that memory will be freed. So when you come back to here, whatever you assigned earlier value, that value only will be there. Okay, only that value only will be there. So whatever you have assigned one more memory here and stored some other value, that value will be lost. That value will be freed because this is a value parameter. Value parameter will free that memory within here itself. But in case of a ref and out, especially ref, when you are a ref, we are passing the address, not the value actually. When you use a ref, we are passing address here. Try to understand it. Earlier we are passing copy of the value. copy of the value, and here it will allocate the memory. When you come to this method, inside this method, it will allocate different address. But in case of a ref, we are not passing the value, we are passing the address, the reference we are passing it. Okay. So that is the difference between value parameter and a ref parameter. Ref parameter, we are passing the address here, but a value parameter, we are passing the value, but to store that value, again it will again allocate a memory for this W variable. Or out, okay. For out, it is slightly different than a ref. You just you check in the ChatGPT or in AI and come back. What is the difference between ref and out? Okay. What is the difference between ref and out? You just study and come back. What is the difference? So one difference is, already I have updated you guys. One difference is f is an input a method and output from a method. Output is a output from a method. So there is one small difference is there. You just study and come back.